One of the big questions, this is about the pendency of cases, and we see that a lot happening in smaller courts and right from the lower courts to the higher judiciary. Why is it there, and what's the solution to this problem?
First we have to understand that the litigation which is pending is what nature, because the number of cases which are being told pertains to the total quantum of cases pending in all courts. And if one looks at it from a perspective of a general counsel, I would look at it from the point of view that whether the commercial cases, whether the tax-related cases, whether any cases relating to mergers and acquisitions, whether any cases related to the Ministry of Environment and Forest pertaining to the environment matters, are they pending for a longer period of time? No. The answer is clear no, because these cases are disposed of on a very fast track basis. The number of cases which are pending basically is pertaining to the property disputes, the family disputes, the matrimonial disputes. All those cases are one which are pending for a longer time, because in that the defense always takes a position of not trying to settle those matters. Here, the perception which we have been trying to clear in international fora and other places is that as an in-house counsel, when you are litigating with two parties on any transaction or any contract, the intention is to clear it further. Or if it's a matter pertaining with the government or this thing, then we are ourselves keen to clear it further, faster. So in those perspectives, if you see that there is not much pending litigation in huge number of years' time which are pertaining to commercial transaction between a commercial organization or a tax matter between the commercial organization and the government. So it's only a perception. In my view, the commercial litigation is something which is moving on a very fast track in this country. Spirited organizations out over there, they are basically trying to clear some sort of a perception again issue, whether the expansion, whether the development, whether all those activities of industrialization which is going to happen is going to damage the fragile environment which we have. That may be true in certain sensitive areas, eco-sensitive areas, but it is not generally true. And moreover, the companies which are coming to acquire properties in such areas, they are not small companies, they are big companies, they have deep pockets, and they understand their corporate social responsibilities and their obligations toward the environment. So none of those companies come into such areas with an intention of only damaging the eco-environment and not with an intention of sustaining it or even growing it. Means I can count by numbers all the major companies who have come up and gone to those areas, have spent far more monies which is required, which would have been normally done in those areas to sustain the ecological balance out over there and to maintain the eco-sensitivities in those areas. Many, many examples are there. There may be a few stray incidents rather, where a person is gone with a basic premise of destroying the ecological only for the purpose of getting some commercial benefits. But generally, no, that's not the scene out in this country. And I have not seen that impacting at all any investment, because the big companies are still coming. India is a vibrant market. People will keep on coming. The market, the access to the Indian market is something which everyone wants, because not only that, we have a huge population to cater to. It's a huge geographical area. Plus, the advantage is that we have still not developed as a fully developed economy. So there's huge scope. There's no other country which is doing 8 or 10% growth year on year. It means even in the BRIC nations, if you have, there are so many setbacks. So people will keep on coming, and these issues will keep on rising, whether by vested interest, whether by genuine interest, or whether by facts, or whether by perceptions. They will keep on coming up, but it has to be tackled on scientific premises. And once someone tackles it on a scientific, logical, and legal premises, I don't think so this will come in the way at all to stop anyone from investing in this country.